Okay, welcome back everyone, Zaf here. As you know, we do have a new shadow that we can unlock right here. You can see we have this guy right here, Big Rock, something we all have, giggity. But if we go here in the shadow extraction, if you got the choke, you got it. You can see we can finally unlock a new shadow that provides a very interesting skill. Let me show you here as we go ahead and unlock them. You can see they provide a boost to our basic skill damage. That's a new effect we really haven't had before, so it is something that can be viable, and let me tell you why that is. If you think about it, basic skills are used fairly often in certain specific game modes, especially in one we all have to play every single week or so, based on the recent update, that being the Battlefield time. Big Rock is most likely going to be meta, because basic skills in general are used in here extensively, so Big Rock could be the main shadow we use, though shadows like Igris and Tusk can still be viable of course, depending on their use, but I do think Big Rock will have its place, especially providing us an 8% basic skill damage bonus. So let's go ahead and cover Big Rock, and also I will review with you what this bonus of course applies to, that way you don't confuse the damage bonuses. And just as a quick reminder, sorry about that, my PC sometimes lags, there's a virus, don't forget to support us on Netmarble, support a program. Again, free codes, just support, don't think, the link is down below, it's totally free. Once you support, I can send you codes, so do not miss out. And also real quick, a big shout out to Dark Knight, David C, and also Josia for being the first commenters on the last 3 videos. I had scheduled videos, so this was kind of delayed, but here are your shoutouts and enjoy your very juicy Discord roles. And just lastly, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We are almost at the 100,000 subscriber mark, so please do subscribe. It means so much. Let's hit that 100k goal. So hopping right back into the game, you can see the Shadow Authority for Big Rock increases the entire team member's basic skill damage by 8%. Already we know this can greatly benefit hunters like, let me pop them up here, Mirei for example. As you know, Mirei provides so much skill damage, especially when it comes to her ultimate. When you use her ultimate, she gets insane buffs to her basic skills, so this is already very viable, especially at the A5 mark of course, 80% damage increase. So hunters like Mirei can definitely benefit. Hunters like Harper too, this skill right here does deal a decent amount of damage, so there are a lot of hunters that can benefit from this. Choi as well, he spams his basic skills. When you ultimate, it resets those skills, so again, lots of hunters will definitely benefit from this. Basic skills are used quite often on multiple hunters, where we actually don't rely on their ultimates to deal the damage, their basic skills are the main damage source. But what I'm wondering is whether or not this applies to Janu as well. I'm certain it applies to the basic skills here, but does it apply to weapon skills? That's what I'm not sure about, so I will test this in just a moment, just so we get a good understanding of whether or not it applies to these skills or not. And hopping back into our shadow page, we can see the skills Big Rock has. They're pretty standard. I'm just checking to see if he has a passive like Cerberus does. This skill right here, so no, he does not have a passive from what I can see, but what if we upgrade him? Let's see this skill right here. Again, just another damage dealing skill, so I don't see any passive abilities. The only bonus he applies is from his Shadow's Authority, going all the way to 11%, so not too bad. We can obviously promote him up, though it is quite expensive, so let's go and test it out really quick, just to see what this applies to. We already know for a fact it applies to hunters, but what about Janu? So we're going to test that really easily. As you can see, if we go to Janu, I already have all my stats in Perception to ensure our damage range does not change. Remember, Perception increases our precision stat, so the higher it is, the lower our minimum damage amount is, meaning we'll always deal basically the same amount of damage. So let me hop into just the usual stage we always go to, that being floor 25 of the Battlefield Trials. Go to the bear, I have West Wind equipped. West Wind makes things so much easier. When dealing consistent damage, it's only one hit, so let's hop in. I'll also test my skills too, just to see if that works out as well, just to get a good range, see if it applies or not. So hopping in, our West Wind should deal around 287,000 damage. Again, we're looking for no crits here. I'll also use our Dagger Toss skill just to see if that works out as well. So we dealt 288, like I said, around the 280,000 mark, so 288,000. I'll just jot that down. We're going to continue. Let me try Dagger Toss. Is just one hit? Not exactly one hit, unfortunately. So that's not a good skill to test that out with. So instead I'll use the armor break skill, the fire one. I believe that's just one hit. Just to test this out, it'll be much easier that way. So go back, Jinwoo, swap that skill in, makes things easier. It should only provide us one hit, so let's go back. And I'll use West Wind again, just to ensure our damage result was the same. And I'll switch to Big Rock just to see if it applies or not. So here we go, let's run that test back. I'm going to charge both skills all the way up, just so there's no like percentage variance, of course. It's hard to get it off at the same point every single time. So here we go. West Wind applied, please do not crit, and we got 285, so again, around the 286,000 range. And we're going to use our skill here, the armor break skill. Just give the bear a second to use his skills, very annoying. We need that armor test dummy yesterday. And here we go. We dealt 196,231. 196,231, okay. I jotted that down. And let's now switch. Let's use Big Rock, just to ensure what the bonus applies to. So we're going to switch our shadows around, very simple, just put on Big Rock, and remember, when it comes to Igris, he just provides us crit, that being crit rate, so this doesn't really affect our damage at all. Let's hop back in, West Wind, armor break, and see how much damage we deal. I do hope it applies to both skills, because that would make Big Rock actually a very interesting shadow. So here we go, this skill right here, we're going to use it, West Wind, and we did 300,000 damage, so it does apply to weapon skills. That's actually pretty good. Right off the bat, it's honestly very viable. And we're going to use our skill here of Jinwoo. And how much damage we dealt? 216. So yeah, it looks like Big Rock does apply to basically all skills minus ultimate skills. And not core attacks, of course. So just skills we have a Jinwoo and also hunter skills. So that's actually super interesting. So I can tell you right now, if you want a good score in the battlefield time, Big Rock is going to be very, very viable. 8% damage in battlefield time is actually quite substantial, so Big Rock is looking to be a meta shadow, at least for certain game modes, of course. Not every single game mode will apply here. So basically, anytime we need to rely on skill damage, that being basic skills, so hunters using their basic 2 skill rotations, and Jinwoo using either his main skill or his weapon skills, we'll definitely consider Big Rock as one of the potential candidates to use on his team, so I am going to go ahead and upgrade him. 1% does add up, trust me when I say that. So here we go, we're going to upgrade him, he's going to be my focus now. I was upgrading Survey before, just to ensure he deals more damage in fights, and wow, we got a nice power bonus there as well. Totally forgot how much damage we get from that. And let me use some of this material here, just to get our shadow up to the blue range. That's what I usually go for, just to ensure a balanced result on all our shadows. And here we go, another upgrade. Perfect, making this shadow more and more viable, especially as we use them going forward. So yeah, hopefully to clarify a few things for you, what the bonuses apply to, and I think it should apply as well potentially, though it doesn't matter too much, to QT skills and maybe support skills. Not too sure about that, but either way, not too important. We really don't rely on support skill damage or QT damage too much, but certain hunters do deal a ton of damage. When it comes to a support skill, you can see Mirai, 4,212%, but if we're relying on these skills, we'll rely on our basic skills anyway, so the bonus will apply. The main thing we're worried about is these basic skills right here, and also Jinwoo's skills and his weapon skills, so I can't wait to see how useful Big Rock will be. Again, any game mode where we're using skills, so weapon skills, we'll definitely be using the new shadow. And considering things like Vulcan, where we do use West Wind, I wonder if Big Rock is going to be the new meta. Again, we'll have to see going forward, but I can tell you right now, if I'm using West Wind, I'm going to use Big Rock. The damage bonus was definitely notable, so if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. That way I do know you want more content like this. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, of course, and support us on Netmarble Supporter Program. This is how you get free codes directly from me, so my way of giving back. On that note, this was your Code King Zaf signing out.